Hi, we're the RBC cheerleaders.
Get ready for the best high school football highlights in New Jersey.
Shore Sports Zone starts now.
Shore Sports Zone hits the road as the first round of the playoffs come to a close. Welcome to Sparta, New Jersey, where we kick off our Saturday playoff highlights show. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for logging on. Let's get started with the first of three postseason matchups involving Shore Conference teams, with defending state champ Red Bank Catholic having to get it done on the road, the Caseys at Pope John.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Red Bank Catholic is sponsored by Surf Taco.
Coach Jim Portella's team making the 75-mile bus trip to Sparta. They'll need to get it done away from home to get back to MetLife Stadium. First quarter, the Caseys defense comes through. Pope John loses the handle. It's Mike Weiland with the fumble recovery, and Eddie Hahn goes right to work. On the very next play after that turnover, Hahn over the middle to Mike Balzofiore. Great grab, a 23-yard pass play to the 13-yard line, and it would lead to this. Dylan Murphy from 3 yards out, he finds the paint. The Caseys are on the board with a 7-0 lead. It's all hands on deck in the playoffs. Eddie Hahn playing safety as well as QB here with the big stop at the half. RBC with a 7-0 lead. In the opening minute of the third quarter, Pope John draws even. Ty Haranica, the backup quarterback. Haranica finds an opening, and there he goes. 56 yards. Pope John ties the game up at 7 apiece, but RBC would respond right away. This was the biggest play of the game, and we need to shine the spotlight on the offensive linemen. You see Ryan Onitis, 66, Brandon Denty, and then 34, Joey Hagan. Hagan is going to pick up a key block on a linebacker. We're going to start this play back up, and now you see the great blocking there. That allows an opening for Mike Weiland, and Mike Weiland takes care of the rest. Mike Weiland has had so many huge runs for Red Bank Catholic. This one's the biggest of the year, 69 yards, and now RBC is rolling. Dylan Murphy nearly gets into the end zone down to the 1-yard line, but the drive is capped off when Dylan Murphy finds the zone from a yard out. RBC is back in the lead. It's 14-7. And Dylan Murphy did it all in this football game. He's an outstanding linebacker. Murphy with a big stop on defense. It stays 14-7, and now RBC back on offense. Hahn, look at this gorgeous ball. Mike Balzofiore. This Balzo guy can catch anything. Great grab right there. And then Dylan Murphy. Watch this play here. Breaking the tackle, the stiff arm, keeping his balance. That is a top play nominee for sure. 34 yards for Dylan Murphy. Red Bank Catholic on the road, up 21-7. Remember, we said all hands on deck. Liam Smith, the All-American offensive lineman, playing defensive line as well. Here, Smith with a tackle for a loss. And Dylan Murphy wasn't done with his highlights. 3 touchdowns. How about a fumble recovery to go along with it? The RBC defense was stellar in this one. Late in the fourth, Burrell Neal from a yard out. We've got a 21-14 game. There's 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. But Red Bank Catholic would lean on its offensive line and its great running back stable. Murphy was great on this final drive, and Mike Weiland seals the deal with this first down run. Pope John never gets the ball back, and the RBC Caseys are through to the semifinals with a quality road win. 21-14 is your final. Dylan Murphy, as you saw in those highlights, did it all. Murphy and Weiland share the load in the backfield. Maybe that's why they don't get as much press as some of the other running backs in the Shore Conference. But when you combine these two guys together, they're about 1,700 yards of offense. Now the stage is set for this Friday night. RBC at St. John Vianney. The winner goes to MetLife Stadium. Once again, the Shore Conference having a stellar 2015 season. This game is going to be absolutely tremendous. Two great programs battling for a chance to win a state title. After the game, we caught up with the great running backs of Weiland and Murphy, who were smart to give credit to their offensive line for getting this victory.
They really stepped up. That's what we've been trying to do all week. They really stepped up. Once it was 7-7, we didn't want to start off that second half like that, and we bounced back. The whole line really stepped up right there.
Well, Coach always says blocking and tackling is the most important thing. So he really nailed that to us, into our heads, and we were the better blocking and tackling team tonight.
That's a great win. Pope John's a very good football team, absolutely, and our kids played well today, and they played well too. That's why the score was as close as it was, and it was a good football game. That drive at the end is good to see. We like running the football. I'm excited for our offensive line and our running backs and our tight ends blocking like that.
I know you'll enjoy this for just a brief moment, but now you got St. John Vianney. It's going to be a great game to just showcase how good the Shore Conference is.
It should be a lot of fun. St. John Vianney is outstanding. We've seen them a couple of times, and they're loaded up with athletes. They're physical. They're fast. And, you know, we're going to prepare, starting tonight, and we'll get after it, and we'll do the best we can.
The Freehold Boro Colonials earning a home playoff game. Allentown paying a visit to Freehold on a Saturday afternoon. First quarter, Ashanti Worthy, the 1,000-yard rusher. He's been doing this all year long. That is an awesome cutback by Ashanti Worthy. A 34-yard touchdown. Freehold Boro strikes first. It's 7-0 Colonials. But Allentown would answer back. Here's Jordan Winston over the middle to Ricky Matram. And Matram with a great catch there, setting the stage for Matt Fritzke. Early in the second quarter, the 24-yard field goal is good. We've got a 7-3 ball game. Turnovers would plague Freehold Boro in this contest. Worthy with a tremendous run here. He is trying to go that extra mile to get every extra inch. But here, maybe a little too much. He loses the handle. The Redbirds recover. At the half, Freehold Boro has a 7-3 lead. The Colonial student section still feeling good with a 4-point advantage and hoping the lucky unicorn would pay off. Third quarter now. It's Jake Curry over the middle. Matt Curcio. Great grab here. And then more good Freehold Boro offense. Look at this run by Ashanti Worthy. A great run all the way down to the 14-yard line. But this is where the game would sway to Allentown's favor because Curcio, plenty of distance, but misses the field goal wide. And now, Allentown gets the ball back. Here's Jordan Winston with a great run. And it's Winston all the way down to the 43-yard line. And then on the very next play, Winston would drop the snap, but he was able to find a wide-open Ricky Matram. That was a busted play. A 43-yard touchdown on the final play of the third quarter. Allentown now has a 10-7 lead. Freehold Boro's down 3 with 12 minutes to go. And the Colonials, once again, had problems hanging on to the football. Here, they fumble it away. In all, Freehold Boro with 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter, and that results in the end of the season for Freehold Boro. Allentown hangs on for a 10-7 win over Freehold Boro. It was a 2-play, 80-yard drive that gave Allentown the upset win. So now Allentown will head on the road and face the top seed Brick Memorial. Winner of that game advances to the Central Jersey Group 4 State Championship. Congratulations to Freehold Boro and Coach Dave Ellis. Second straight year they've had positive results. Ashanti Worthy will be back next year. And Jake Curry, the quarterback and safety, had one heck of a high school football career. Congratulations to him and all the Freehold Boro seniors. Allentown ends the Colonials campaign in 2015 with a 10-7 win on Saturday afternoon. Let's head down to Lakewood, where the Piners earned a home playoff matchup against Seneca in South Jersey Group 3. We picked this one up late in the first quarter. It's Seneca's Sam Polakowski with an 11-yard gain for a first down. And Polakowski had himself a great football game. The 3-yard touchdown run. Seneca is on the board with a 7-0 lead. Second quarter now, the Lakewood defense steps up. Jaquel Hunter with the deflection. It goes back into the hands of J.J. Scarpello, but he's brought down by Isaiah Francis for a loss. Nice D there. And now Lakewood trying to get something going before halftime. Amir Tyler lowers his shoulder. That's a 12-yard gain. The Piners are on the move. Under a minute to go in the half. Zaire Jones scrambles, but he loses the handle. Seneca recovers at the half. The Golden Eagles with a 7-0 lead. Seneca gets the ball first to start the second half. Here's Scarpello keeping it himself, a 14-yard gain and a first down. It would lead to this. Sam Jordan from 2 yards out. Seneca has a 13-0 lead. The Seneca defense did a great job of containing the dangerous Amir Tyler. No gain on this play. Tyler would leave the game with a leg injury and did not return. And Polakowski was disruptive, to say the least. He follows a great block into the end zone for a 12-yard touchdown run. That's his second of the game. He'd add one more as the Golden Eagles advance with a 27-6 win over Lakewood. Next up for Seneca, they'll travel to face the number 1 seed in South Jersey Group 3, Delsey. As for Lakewood, they do have one more game, a Thanksgiving matchup with Toms River South, as the Lakewood Piners fall short in their quest for a state championship, losing at home 27-6 is your final. A special thanks to all the great folks who watch our highlight show, and most importantly, thank you to our sponsors. The reason we were able to bring you these RBC highlights on the road was because of our good friends at Surf Taco. Casey's fans, if you enjoyed those highlights, make sure you head over to Surf Taco and support our sponsors. For our team at Shore Sports Zone, I'm Rich Crampanis. Thanks so much for logging on. Don't forget on Sunday to vote for Monmouth Building Center game balls, and we'll see you next week with some more high school playoff action right here on ShoreSportsZone.com.